Hello, sweet friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Kay here from At Home with Kay, and I'm delighted that you decided to join me today for another patriotic DIY video. But this one is a fun one because I love working with clay and I love fake sweets. So that's what I'm going to be making, some patriotic fake sweets that you can set out in any vignette in your house for the upcoming holiday. These are the paints that I'm going to be using, along with that air dry clay and the cookie cutters and things like that. I love, one of my subscribers last week, I believe, I can't remember her name, but she asked me which clay did I love working with more. And I answered her, but I feel like I didn't answer her completely because the truth is I love working with the air dry clay the best. Simply because when it dries like solid for me. When it comes to the foam clay and the Model Magic clay, the Model Magic clay will dry hard, but it cracks. The foam clay, it dries, but I never get it to be where it doesn't stick to another piece that I've made or something like that when I store them. If you're going to use that, you definitely have to store everything separate. But the air dry clay is a win for me. That's the one that I like using best. What I'm doing here, I know I'm talking too much, is I'm making some 4th of July cookies. And I formed those cookies out of the air dry clay with my cookie cutter, the round ones. And these are some star-shaped cookies. I don't have a star-shaped cookie cutter. So what I did was I just rolled out little round pieces of clay and then formed them with my fingers into a star, and it looks pretty good to me. I mean, all the little prongs or little arms that stick out aren't perfect, but to me it looks like a star. So that's what I did, just rolled it in my hand, and then I just formed a little points with my fingers, 5 of them, to make a star. And I'm so sorry, guys, that in the beginning of this video I just talked so much that I didn't explain to you guys what I was making. But I'm making some sandwich cookies out of the round ones, and I'm just making some star sugar cookies with frosting out of the ones that are shaped like a star. I'm going to make some little candies to go on top of the round ones, and then we're going to make little sandwich cookies out of those. And I'll show you how I do that as we go along. And here are all the cookies. I made 4 of the star cookies, and then I have the round ones, and those little round things there are the little candies. I made those little round candies out of Model Magic. They're like little candy M&Ms. So next I need to color them red, white, and blue. So I put some white paint inside of a container, and I put equal amounts of the little candies. I had only 2 extra left over. I put 6 in the white, and I'm just mixing it around in the paint, and I'm going to take it out and sit it out and let them dry. And I'm going to do the same thing for the blue paint and the red paint to get color on these. This was the only way that I could figure out how to paint these rather than just sitting them down and trying to paint them while they were on the table, but I just didn't want to do it that way. So this worked for me. If you have a better way to do it, feel free to do it that way. And now I'm just going to sit them on the lid so they can dry without touching the felt. I'm going to sit them on that lid, and it'll help them dry a little better. And I'm just doing the same thing here with the blue paint. Just gonna mix it around a little bit and get all the little candies all coated, and then sit them on the lid to dry. And I'd like to take this time to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for what you do for my channel. And I did gain some new subscribers. I'd like to say welcome to you. Welcome to this family. I appreciate you all so much. And please leave me a comment down below. I love talking to my subscribers in the comments. And also give this video a thumbs up because it helps my channel grow. I appreciate you guys. Okay, so next, the cookies are all dry. I sat them in front of the fan and they actually dried overnight. I am going to paint them now with this brown paint, this tan looking paint. I thought it looked like it was the color of a, you know, kind of a chocolate chip cookie, but after it dried on there, it just dried kind of weird. But this was the color that I had, so that's the color that I used. And the air dry clay really soaks up the paint really well and really fast. Now I'm just going to be painting away on these cookies, so feel free to fast forward if you don't enjoy watching me paint. All right, now all of our little cookies are done being painted, And our little candies are almost dry, but I'm not gonna wait until they dry. I'm gonna hurry and start gluing these on. And I'm gonna glue red, white, and blue onto each of them, and then I'm gonna have 2 extra red ones left over, and I will just put them somewhere. And now for our little star cookies. I rolled out some Model Magic clay and I cut it into a star, and that's going to be the frosting that I glue on top of my little star cookies. The thing about Model Magic is if it's too thin, it will curl up kind of on the ends when it dries, and it cracks. But since it was just going to be on this little cookie, and you know how irregular and cookies can be anyway, I didn't mind. So I didn't let the clay dry. I just cut it out. I didn't show that, and sorry if you wanted to see it, but they're still wet pieces of clay, and I'm just painting them like this, and then I'm just going to glue them on top, and it'll dry while it's on the cookie. And I'm just adding a little hot glue on there, and then I will just place the frosting on top and glue it down. I am slightly out of frame here, but what I'm doing with this one is I'm gluing the frosting on before I paint it, because I can just carefully paint it while it's on already glued down. And I had 4, so I did 2 red, 1 white, 1 blue. And now I'm going to show you guys how I make the sandwich cookies. I just used the caulk that I got out of the hardware section at the Dollar Tree, and I just squirt it around the edges and then a little in the middle, and then I just place the other cookie on top, and it looks like a sandwich cookie. See that? How perfect is that? I love how those turn out, and that's one that I did off camera. I just wanted to make sure that my caulk was coming out right, so I did one off camera, and then I'm just going to go ahead and make this last one. Okay, so next I decided I wanted to make a cake, and I had collected this box at Christmas time, and I saved it. I thought it was really pretty. It reminded me of just a little round cake. So I'm gonna first paint it white to cover up any imperfections and any of that red writing that's on there. I'm just gonna lay down one layer of this white chalk paint. Okay, so now that the paint dried, it's time to frost the cake. And I got the Dollar Tree spackle, and I added some white paint to it, and I just mixed it up, and it made it a frosting consistency. I also added a little bit of water, and then I'm just gonna spread it on my cake. And it frosts actually like frosting. The only thing is it begins to dry, so you have to work really fast. My little box actually it was like dented in the top, and it reminded me of growing up when my mom would make a cake, and she would put the cake in the oven. She would tell us, don't run by the stove, don't slam the door, it's gonna make my cake fall. Well, that's what this reminded me of, so that's why I went ahead and used it. I said, it's not imperfect, we'll just say that the cake fell when it was in the oven. So what I'm doing here is I'm just frosting the top of it, and then I'm gonna do the sides, and then we'll go on to our next step. I hate that I'm out of frame on a lot of this because I really wanted you guys to see. I got to make sure that my camera position is better for my next videos for sure. But I'm just frosting the sides in the upward motion, and if I do it on the sides in the same motion, it upward and downward to each other, and it doesn't make all holes. Covered, and so that's the way you do it. It just frosts like a cake perfectly when I do it that way. Find the way that you should frost it, whether it's up or down, and just keep doing it that way, and it'll work. And I'm so sorry that I'm out of the frame. Okay, so now I want to put some little decorations on my cake, and I bought these glass beads from Dollar Tree. They didn't have red in the square beads there, so I just had to get that little jar of beads, and I had the blue ones. I'm going to use all of the different shades of the blue. I always have a hard time opening these square bead packages from Dollar Tree. Does anybody else have a hard time with these? And then I want to pour them in this little cup, and I was struggling, let me tell you. I finally figured it out and got them in there. Okay, so now that our cake's dry, we're gonna take our tacky glue, and I probably should have started brushing it on with a brush instead of just squeezing it on there, but I just put some glue on there and then poured my little beads on, and they stuck right in there. But tacky glue doesn't dry right away, so they started moving around, but that's okay because I think it just made the cake look even prettier. So I'm gonna get a brush next, and I'm gonna brush the tacky glue all the way around, and as I brush the glue, I'm gonna pour some beads to get a nice little ring of beads on top of our cute little cake. And now I'm going to put the vase filler at the bottom. It looks like giant gumballs. And I'm going to show you what this looks like at the end of the video. You're going to love it. And here we are at the end of the video. Here is our cake, our 4th of July cake. And I got that star LED candle from Dollar Tree and placed it on top. And my tier tray, I made this out of a Dollar Tree charger. I made it look galvanized. You guys know some videos back I did that. and then I just did I just galvanized the cake pan, and I glued it together with this pretty candle holder that my sister gave me. So that's what this tier tray is all about. And I sat it on a little stand because my cake would have gone down and you wouldn't have been able to see the giant gumballs down there, the cute little gumballs. I think that is so pretty. And here are our sandwich cookies with the M&Ms on top and our star cookies back there. And if you can see the white one where the Model Magic cracked when it dried, but it's okay because it's just a cookie. And see that candle holder? I just glued it to the bottom of that charger. And that cake pan, I just sponge painted it all over to make it look like it was a galvanized pan, but that's just a Dollar Tree cake pan. I'm so excited that you guys came by and watched my video today. I think this turned out nicely. I love setting little fake foods out for the holiday just for fun. I appreciate you all so much, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. And remember, when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. Bye.